Welcome to the Balanced Blood Sugar Podcast, where we focus on everyday wellness for everyone. I'm Adrienne Wheat, a registered nurse, here to share tips, habits, and lifestyle shifts that can help you feel your best by stabilizing blood sugar and improving your overall health. Everything we discuss is designed for general health and routine education because everyone deserves to feel empowered with the right information. But I'm not your personal nurse, so make sure to check with your healthcare provider before making any changes. Let's dive into today's episode.
Welcome back to the Balanced Sugar Podcast. I'm Adrienne, your host, and today we're diving into something most people don't think about when it comes to balancing blood sugar: nutrient deficiencies. It's not just about cutting carbs or avoiding sugar. Sometimes the missing piece is what your body isn't getting enough of. So let's unpack how ensuring the right vitamins and minerals can make a big difference in your health. Did you know that certain nutrient deficiencies could be the hidden reason that your blood sugar won't budge? Let's talk about the top culprits: magnesium, vitamin D, and chromium, and how they directly impact glucose metabolism and insulin resistance. First up is magnesium. Magnesium is like the behind-the-scenes director for hundreds of enzymatic reactions in your body, including glucose metabolism. When your magnesium levels are low, it disrupts insulin's ability to do its job, making your body work overtime just to keep blood sugar in check. Low magnesium can also lead to increased insulin resistance, which is a major roadblock if you're trying to improve your numbers. And the majority of people in the US tend to have some type of magnesium deficiency. So there's a very good probability that this might be one of the things holding up your progress. The next is vitamin D. Vitamin D isn't just about strong bones. It's also critical for your blood sugar. It helps your pancreas produce insulin and improves how your cells respond to it. A deficiency can make both of these processes sluggish, which isn't what we want when we're aiming for balance. And finally, let's talk chromium. Think of chromium as your body's blood sugar helper. It works alongside insulin, helping your cells open the door and let glucose in where it can be used for energy. Without enough chromium, your body might struggle to keep blood sugar levels steady, leading to more sugar floating around in your bloodstream. And this can feel like trying to clean up a spill without enough towels, and it just doesn't work out well. So how do you know if you might be running low on these key nutrients? Let's break it down. Some signs of magnesium deficiency can include muscle cramps or spasms, which is very common for me, fatigue, and numbness or tingling. Those can be signs of magnesium deficiency. Vitamin D deficiency signs can include bone pain, frequent infections, or mood changes like feeling low or down. And chromium deficiency signs can include unexplained weight loss, cravings for sugar or carbs, and feeling sluggish or uncoordinated. And if any of these sound familiar, it might be worth digging deeper with your doctor or healthcare provider to rule out a deficiency. Now let's take a moment to talk about the interplay between magnesium and vitamin D. Here's something fascinating. Magnesium and vitamin D actually work together. Without enough magnesium, your body can't properly activate vitamin D. It just sits there, stored and inactive, unable to do what it's meant to do, like helping to regulate calcium, supporting your bones, and aid in blood sugar control. Supplementation becomes even more important during the winter months when we're not getting as much sunlight to produce vitamin D naturally. And similar to magnesium, a lot of people are deficient in vitamin D on an average basis and they don't really realize it. But if your magnesium levels are low, supplementing vitamin D might not be as effective because it needs magnesium to be activated. So it's really all connected. So let's talk about how to fix it. Let's talk about some supplements. Now, not all magnesium supplements are created equal. So let's talk about the ones that are easier to absorb and gentler on your stomach. My top recommended forms are either oral or topical or a mix of both. So for oral, I suggest magnesium glycinate. This one is highly bioavailable, which means it's easier for your body to use and less likely to cause digestive upset or the laxative effect. It's a great option if you're just starting out and need higher doses to get rid of a deficiency, or if the idea of taking a pill is easier than using a spray or a lotion. For topical application, my top choice overall is topical application, since magnesium is better absorbed topically, which means through your skin. So if swallowing pills isn't your thing, or if it bothers your stomach, you might love topical options like magnesium lotions or sprays. They bypass the digestive system altogether. My family personally uses Earthley Wellness's Goodnight Lotion, and it is a game changer for covering deficiencies and helping with sleep and relaxation. We've used sprays in the past, but we found the itchiness that they can cause to be very uncomfortable, especially for our toddler. But Earthley Wellness's lotion blend is so gentle that it doesn't even have any type of itchy effect, and our toddler tolerates it perfectly. And she sleeps so much better and stays more regular when she gets some magnesium lotion in the evening. So as for dosing, here's a little pro tip. When it comes with dosing magnesium, you need to start with a low dose and increase it slowly each day until you notice loose stools. Then you just back it down to the previous dose. If you're really deficient, you might need a higher dose initially, like lotion twice a day or a mixture of oral and topical magnesium, but then you can taper down over time. Just remember, even if your blood magnesium levels look good, your intracellular levels, the ones that really matter, might still be low. So that happens quite a lot in blood work. Comes back, everything looks great, but the problem is it's testing what's in your bloodstream, not necessarily what's inside your cells. So even if it may come back that you don't have a deficiency, the issue may actually be that it's staying inside your bloodstream and not getting into the cells. So since magnesium is very easy to supplement and change dosing, I recommend just giving it a try, and you can, after talking to your doctor, obviously, and see what works for your family. Okay, let's also talk about some more solutions for magnesium and the other deficiencies. Should you aim to get these nutrients through food, supplements, or a mix of both? Let's talk about some food. We discussed our magnesium supplement. Let's talk about some of the ways you can get stuff from food. Magnesium-rich foods include dark leafy greens like spinach and kale. I know, everybody's favorite. Nuts and seeds. Pumpkin seeds are a really good choice here. And avocados. Vitamin D sources include fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, or fortified foods like dairy or plant-based milk. We usually use almond milk in our family. And of course, sunlight, although that's harder to come by in the winter. And chromium sources include broccoli and eggs, which are a pretty big staple in our house. So while food should always be your first line of defense, it's important to recognize that our modern food isn't as nutrient dense as it used to be back in the old days. So this is why supplementation is often necessary to bridge the gap. In our family, we lean towards food-based supplements like Garden of Life, multivitamins, or tinctures like Earthley Wellness's Nourish Me Naturally. These food-based options absorb better than synthetic supplements and come with fewer risks of side effects from megadosing on something that you might not even need, which can throw your whole body out of balance in other ways. So we tend to go with a whole food supplement because, like we talked about, magnesium and vitamin D have to have each other to work together. A whole food supplement tends to have the co-workers included. So what that means is instead of separating out a bunch of nutrients and just throwing them together however they want, food-based sources often have a good equilibrium between the vitamins that they carry. So you can when you use food-based sourced supplements, you end up getting all the cofactors that go with that nutrient you need in the proper balance. So we use a lot of Earthley Wellness tinctures in our family, especially for those of us that need to supplement with iron, whether it's girls during menstruation or, you suffer from anemia. They have a really good iron supplement. And one of the things that is so awesome about it is that our body recognizes food. So our body absorbs it better, but also the cofactors help and work together with each other. So you're not getting your vitamin D without your magnesium. They kind of go together and they work together inside each food source. So we find them to be overall a much higher quality supplementation. We get better effects from those. But let's talk about supplements for a minute. We talked a little bit about magnesium and using, magnesium glycinate or magnesium lotion. But when it comes to like a full multivitamin that would kind of cover your bases for you, it's important to discuss the subject of supplements and talk about quality because supplements aren't tightly regulated. So it's crucial to choose wisely. You want to look for reputable brands like Garden of Life or Earthley Wellness that test for heavy metals and other contaminants because they're not required to, and a lot of supplements on the market do not. So you want to make sure that you learn more about the testing of the particular supplements that you're wanting to use. And it's also good for you to learn about why natural food-based supplementation is superior to synthetic options when you can get it. Earthley Wellness has some really fantastic resources on their website about it, and it's definitely worth the extra effort to know what's going into your body and why you should choose one option over the other. Because you don't want to end up trying to correct a deficiency and make it worse by becoming megadosing in one supplement. And then, if you megadose too much in vitamin D, but then you're not giving yourself enough magnesium, you can cause a counterbalance in your body. So it's really important that you kind of understand how it all works together or stick with some food-based supplements that are purposefully designed to work together so that you're not overdosing on one nutrient that might throw you out of balance in other ways. So hopefully that you got some helpful information from this episode today. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I hope this helped shed some light on how nutrient deficiencies might be impacting your blood sugar and gave you some actionable steps that you can use in your day-to-day life. And just remember, small, consistent changes can lead to big results. Until next time.